Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the energies for February 2021 for life path number 5. Before I get into the reading, I just want to mention that this is, of course, a general reading. If you're interested in a personalized reading, then please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So February is a 7 universal energetic month. And so what that means is that collectively we may see the focus really turning onto specialization, like individual specialization, solitude, self-analysis when it comes to goals, projects, relationships. I feel like relationships are going to be coming in really heavily this month. The focus may come to health, but holistic health, so body, mind, spirit. We may be seeing energy around reflection and rest. Dreams may be coming in more significantly, so more vivid dreams, both daydreams and night dreams. So pay attention to your dreams as they come in. Maybe start to or continue to keep a dream journal. A lot of times our guides, our higher consciousness will come through dreams with messages. And so I feel like this could be a profound time for that if we're open to it. So during a 7 cycle, it's really important to allow the energy to work for you rather than trying to control or force things to happen. So during the 7 cycle, I feel like this is going to be a time where things sort of show up for you synchronistically, or things that just seem to happen out of nowhere or fall into place without a lot of effort from your part, like there's going to be a less of a call to have to be fully immersed in the external. This is going to be a time for, again, reflection, integration, going within, really making sure that you're balanced and finding your equilibrium holistically. So body, mind, spirit, and just, specializing on those things that you want to specialize, focusing your energy on the things that you want to focus your energy on. If your energy feels really scattered, or you feel like your focus is in too many places, then this is going to be an energy and a cycle where you can sort of rein that back in and decide where it is that you want to invest your energy. And so again, this is going to be more focused on the internal work, the self-work, the integration, and the specialization, expanding your mind and your expertise. So when I think of sort of an overall energy or overall word for this month, it's quiet receptivity. So it's allowing yourself to sink into the stillness, sink into the solitude, and to receive whatever it is that the universe wants to send your way. So that receiving can come through experience. And so again, that can be that things come up in your relationship that need your attention, or things come up with your physical body or your mental, where you're at mentally or spiritually, however things come up. It may come up in the form of challenges around those areas, but it's to highlight for you where you're a little bit out of balance and maybe need to come back into balance. But it's going to be through that solitude, through that reflection, through that integration, and that sort of self-discovery that you'll figure that out, and you'll be able to kind of move through that energy much more comfortably. So this is less about striving, less about starting or initiating big projects, and more about being in receiving mode while you're doing the internal work, okay? And so I pulled an overall, an animal spirit message for the overall energy for 5s for February. And you guys got Condor spirit. And Condor says, and you think about Condor is kind of like an eagle. It's a bird of prey, right? So it's high in the sky when it's flying, looking for its prey. But it has that vantage point. It's more the observer. It's observing the terrain to see, where it needs to take a deeper dive. Condor's message is, you're too enmeshed in the situation. So step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. And so again, 7 energy is much less about taking big action and more about that inner reflection getting a new perspective, taking a new vantage point, and seeing things through a different lens so that you can have all of the information, have all of the wisdom before making a big decision. So it's a lot less about things being, more immediate and much more about taking things a little bit more slowly. So as we move into the first week of February, I broke the month down into 4 weeks. As we move into the first week, we have this sort of fast moving energy of completion. And so it's kind of interesting. It's like, this is a great time to tie up loose ends, to complete big projects, to, complete things that have been sort of outlying, that have been taking your energy, but maybe you haven't had the time or the energy to dedicate to this project. And so this is going to be a time for completing those projects that just need, that have been kind of like nagging you or kind of in the background, needing your attention, but you haven't had the energy to be able to do it. This is going to be an opportunity for you to focus on those, clean up that clutter, and create more space. So as you move into the coming months, you can create bigger and better things. So I do feel like this is going to be an opportunity to shift your focus this month. And again, not initiate new big things unless something comes in that's critical, then of course. But it's more about noticing where there's some clutter, where there are some things that need to be completed or tied up and finished, so that you can move on to bigger and better things. And so I feel like that's going to be coming in this week, so pay attention to that. It's kind of like those things where it's like, okay, I know I need to clean out my closet, but I don't feel like it. I've got other things that need to be done. This is going to be a time where you can kind of shift the focus onto those things that are, that need your attention, but that there's been more pressing things to do. So this is going to be a time to shift that focus, take care of those things that need to be taken care of, and where you can clear up some space for the future. Then we move into the second week, and it's interesting because I feel like you remember we talked about things coming to you, so like opportunities, new ideas, new inspirations, new business possibilities, whatever. But it feels like something coming in for you, some kind of offer that has to do with money or purchasing something big. An investment of sorts. But I'm also getting this feeling of this coming into you, but you having some reservations or hesitation. And the key is to look at what that hesitation is, because I feel like it's more around stories that you're creating in your head. Like you have a fear of taking a risk, of saying yes to whatever this is. So it's more about taking a look at those thought patterns. Because whatever it is, I feel like whatever's going to hold you back from saying yes to whatever this is something that you're creating within your own head. And so again, it's like maybe it's based on an experience from the past and you've got some reservations because of that. But this is a time to clear that up. So this comes back to clearing up that clutter, because you need to be in open receptivity mode. And, not everything is going to feel aligned for you that comes in. And that's okay. Obviously use your discernment before deciding what to say yes to. But this feels aligned. This feels like it's got a lot of potential. This has got an opportunity for some stability. This can be around relationships. It does feel very like material. So it feels more about like making a big purchase or investing in something, or I don't know, however it comes in for you. But I see the reservation that you may have of doing it, sort of the hesitation. And that's what the universe is asking you to look at, is your mindset around receiving whatever this is or saying yes to whatever this is. And so this is this opportunity to embrace Condor spirit of becoming the observer. So taking yourself out of the situation to look at it through a different lens, because, when you have to kind of work through all of the gunk, the internal gunk, to get to a clearer answer, sometimes that can be difficult. But if you can take yourself out of the situation energetically and look at it from a different vantage point, then you can see much more clearly sort of what's keeping you from saying yes when really your soul wants to say yes. And so if that comes up for you, you're going to know if it comes up for you because you'll feel that sort of push-pull. You'll feel like that, like, oh, I really want to say yes to this, but, what if, or, oh, I don't know, this is a big risk, I could lose a lot of money, or whatever the case may be. No, obviously be realistic in when you're looking at the situation, take everything into kind of account, and nothing says you need to necessarily make the decision right away. But I'm just seeing this kind of like self-defeating thought processes that may keep you from saying yes to something that has a lot of potential to be really, really good. So pay attention to that. Try to take a different vantage point when you can, and make your decision from that other perspective. Then we move into the third week of February. And it's interesting because, again, I'm seeing kind of something around work coming up, something around like your capabilities, your gifts, your natural gifts, something around your, again, however you show up in the work world, like around career, how you make your money. It's interesting because I'm seeing like maybe an opportunity coming in for you for maybe a promotion or something like that. And it's maybe pushing you into some kind of leadership role, or it's a change in direction from what you're used to doing. And so you're feeling a little bit of self-doubt. You're feeling like you might not be capable or worthy of whatever this is. And you're really putting a lot of judgment on yourself. And so really the call is to trust yourself and your capabilities at this time. And so again, with 7 energy coming in, there's a lot around trust, trusting others, trusting self, trusting the universe. And so I feel like you guys might have an opportunity to move through that experience at this time, how it relates to, again, like earned income, how you make money, how you share your gifts with the world. And I feel like there's a lot of judgment that you're putting on yourself. So like, I'm not worthy, I'm not capable, I'm not good enough, I'm not insert, self-defeating thought process here. But it's kind of like constantly coming in from you, and it's holding you back. And so really the message is to release those judgments. Try to start working on releasing, how you're talking to yourself. Take a closer look at how you are, how you view yourself and what you're capable of. And where do you put restrictions on yourself that don't need to be there? Or where are you creating restrictions that aren't realistic, or that you've never experienced, but that you're just assuming are coming. So basically it's like, oh, I got this great job offer to be a leader in this role, or to share my gifts in this way, or to create in this way. But why would anybody want it? Or, I'm not good enough, or so I'm not going to do it, and you create those self-inflicted judgments on yourself based on nothing other than like your own, what your ego conjures up. And so this is a time to kind of look at that and see, where can I break free from that? Where can I break free from those judgments that I'm putting on myself that, yes, may come in from other people down the road, and that's fine. But it's like, if you're putting them on yourself, then you're holding yourself back. And so again, I feel like there's an opportunity for some major self-reflection here, and for you to be able to see, like, where are you confining yourself or keeping yourself small, where you just want to bust out and your soul just wants to bust out and show up in a bigger way. And so that is really your 5 energy saying, I want to be seen, I want to be heard, I want to have a platform, I want to share my gifts. But then there's the internal voice that's saying, we're not good enough, we're not going to accomplish anything, what's the point, and so on and so on. And so I do feel like this week is going to be a time for you to learn to trust yourself and to trust your capabilities and your gifts and your worth, and to release some of those lower vibe judgments that you keep putting on yourself. Then we move into the last week of the month, and it's interesting. I'm seeing this energy of two sides of things here. We've got this energy of patience coming in really, really strongly, and this energy of like compassion and acceptance. But then I'm also seeing this energy around like conflict and chaos and negativity and just combativeness. And so I'm really getting the sense of this is an opportunity for you to, if you're feeling like you've been pulled into some chaos or conflict that you don't want to be a part of, then this is a time for you to find a way to remove yourself from it. through your actions, through, again, your belief systems, whatever comes up. But it's like you have two choices here. You can either join the conflict or remove yourself and find your calm and find your harmony. So it's like the energy is going to be there for conflict, for confusion, for combativeness, for divisiveness. But there's also this energy available around peace and harmony and patience and acceptance and all of those higher vibe expressions. So I feel like you're going to have an opportunity at this time to choose one and to choose how you want to invest your energy. And so remember, the 7 energy is about focus and where do you want to focus your energy? And so again, I feel like the external is going to provide many opportunities for chaos, for conflict, for divisiveness, all of that, all those lower vibe energies. You know, we live in a world of polarities, and so they're always there. And we always have the choice of how we want to participate and what we want to join, you know, where we want to join forces. But I feel like there's going to be a very distinct opportunity for you at this time to decide how you want to invest your energy. And you get to choose. And if you see yourself falling more into that combative side, that side that really wants to argue and debate and, like, you know, prove you're right and all of those things, you know, you can join in on that. It's not going to really get you anywhere, and it's going to leave you feeling exhausted and energetically depleted. You know, if you find yourself falling into that, you always can reroute. You can always change direction. You can always pull yourself away from it. You can choose to, you know, see your energy as sacred and deciding where you want to invest it. And so again, with the 7 energy coming in around focus and solitude, you may have an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to pull the Hermit card. I'm going to sort of detract and kind of like move back and take a different vantage point and pull yourself away from that situation and just, again, find your own solitude and your own sanctuary, you know, however you can do that. And there is this energy around patience. And so I'm getting this feeling of like patience for others, understanding for others, compassion for others, and acceptance of others, right? And like understanding that we're not always working with the same toolkit, right? We're not always working with the same understandings and the same experiences. And so we're all going to show up a little bit differently to circumstances. The key is to remember that we always have the choice of how we show up and how we participate. And so just because somebody else doesn't have the same tools that you have doesn't mean that they're necessarily wrong. It just means that they are meant to experience what they're experiencing so that they can gain those tools to be able to, you know, choose not to participate in the chaos. So again, I just feel like you're going to see some opportunities at this time to make some decisions that will equate to your holistic health. And so however that, you know, whatever that means for you, but it's like having that awareness, having that condor viewpoint, that other vantage point that allows you to be the observer and be like, you know what, I can see what's happening here and I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to participate in this. And you know what? I don't have to. So, and if it is something where it's like you have to participate, like maybe you're going through a divorce or a custody battle or something like that, you know, yes, we have a responsibility. We have to participate in that, but you also have a choice of how you participate in that. And that could be where that patience and compassion and understanding is coming in. So I feel like this last week of the month could be a little bit challenging in the sense that it's going to ask you to pull a lot from your inner reserves and your inner strength to decide how you want to show up and participate and where you want to focus your energy. And that's not always, you know, taking the higher road is not always the easier road, but it will give you greater rewards in the long run. And so I do feel like that energy is coming in a little bit at the end of the week, or not a little bit, or at the end of the month, not a little bit. I feel like it's coming in quite a bit. And I feel like you're going to have opportunities to experience that and see what it feels like to make those decisions and what it feels like to pull yourself out of that chaos and find your own inner sanctuary and harmony and then move from that space. So interesting energies for February for you fives, but a lot of opportunities for personal growth, a lot of opportunities for advancement down the road, and good things coming in for you. So again, just be open to receiving them and exploring them. I think that's a big thing too. Like not just receiving them, but really exploring all the different options that come in for you. And then you deciding how you want to focus your energy. Okay? Thank you all so much. I hope it's a great February. I'll be back again soon. Take care. Bye for now.